So we have our website. Can we hack it? So let's grab the IP address, and I want to get to the terminal, and we're going to do some directory enumeration. So I'm going to do go buster. We'll do dir/u. Dir is for directories, u is for the URL, which will be this of the website, this URL. And I want to get a word list so I can find directories on this website that are hidden. So I want to do directory, and I want to type in my full word list. So it's going to be a small word list. So I'm going to press enter, see what happens. So we can see straight away that we get uploads. So we might be able to upload something to the website. So if I go to uploads, we can see this is like an upload form where files might be stored. So it looks like we can upload something and it'll be stored on this website. You go back to root me. So we can see something called panel. That seems pretty interesting. So let's put in panel in the URL. Panel. Let's put panel and press enter. We can see we can upload a file. So we can get let's try to get a reverse shell. So let's do rev shells. And let's click on the first link, rev shells. And I want to put in PHP here, PHP. And I'm going to click on the first link. Now I'm going to change this address to my address in the top corner. Here you can see. We do 192.168.171.72, and I'm going to do 4848. As that's the part we're going to listen back on. So we're going to upload this file to the server. What this is going to do is make it connect back to us on a port 4848. Let's close this and save this first of all, my terminal, and I'm gonna go to my home and I'm gonna press the file and click upload. We can see PHP permitto, so it looks like Spanish to me. It looks like you can't upload it for whatever reason. It may be filtering the .php part, so we could try a PHP filter bypass. So we can see we get a bunch of file extensions that we can try. So there's a HTA access folder on the website. We could try to access this and see if we can access this folder. Let's go to the main website and let's paste this in HTA access, and we can see we don't have permission to look at this. So what this file would do is permit certain file extensions to be uploaded. So I want to upload this PHTML file extension. So I'm going to go copy revshells.php rev.phtml. So I'm going to press enter on that, and we can see we get PHTML. Let's go back and let's upload PHTML. Let's click upload, and we can see it's uploaded. Looks like successful. Looks like it means success. So let's do uploads. We can see we get PHTML. We're gonna need to set a listener. If you remember, we put in on the website port 4848. So let's listen on 4848. So I'm gonna do L for listen and N verbose on port. So I'm gonna put 4848. So we're gonna run this file on the web server. This is gonna make the web server connect back to us on our port. We put in our IP address, which is here. This is our IP address, which we can see up here. And this is going to be the port I was going to try to connect back to us on. And we're listening on this port. So let's upload it and let's click it. So we can see it is hanging, so this is a really good sign. So we can see that it is taking time. And we can see we do get a connection back. And if I do ID, you can see we're running as a user www data. So we are running as a web server. So we just hacked the web server. We do ls. We can see we're getting a bunch of directories. Personally, I don't like the format, and I want to make my shell really smart. So I want to go to Python3 tty shell. What this will do is make my shell really smart, and I can see this link here. That looks like just what I want. You can see it here, Python3 tty shell. All this will do is give me an intelligent shell that can format things a bit nicer, and you can see that it looks a bit nicer, and this has already changed. We do ls. We can see it looks much better now. It's much more intelligent, the shell. So if I do sudo-l super user list, we can see we need a password. So it's unlikely that we'll be able to list what we can run as the god user, the root user. So let's go back to our Firefox and let's type in find suid root. So we want to find special files that we can run as the root user. And I find something else here, find/user. What this will do is find everything in the file system that is owned by the root user that has an SUID. An SUID is pretty much a file that we can run as the god user. So dev knows every error and just get rid of it. So it's going to make it get rid of all the errors. And we can see we're getting a lot already. All these are things that we do not need to worry about. All these here. These are all just default. These are always there. These ones all seem interesting. So I'm going to start with Python. Python seems like the most interesting one to me. So I'm going to go to a website called gtfobins.io. And I'm going to paste this in, and I want to go to SUID, as that's the files we want to see if we can run. We can see something here. We're not running Python, we're running Python, I think it's a specific version we are running. It's Python 2.7, so if we do Python 2.7, and if we do -c and just copy all this, we'll paste this in and press enter. And we can see that we have a little hash symbol. So it looks like we're running as root, and if we do ID, we can see we're running as the user root. So we can see we get the EUID of 0. So we've created a process and we're running as a root user. We could further test this by doing cd-root, see if we can go to the root directory, and we can do ls. And let's do cat root.txt. And we can see we're running as the god user. So we have officially rooted this box.